It's one of the most versatile, controversial, and misunderstood words in the English language. A word so taboo that we censor it, bleep it out, and even call it the F-bomb. But where did fuck actually come from? What does it really mean? And how did it become such a powerful part of our language? Today, we're diving deep into the surprisingly rich, tangled, and often hilarious history of the word fuck. Before we can trace the history of fuck, we need to understand the challenge. Profanity, especially sexual profanity, rarely gets recorded in historical documents. Censorship, modesty, and social norms kept early dictionaries and literature squeaky clean. So historians and linguists have to piece together the puzzle through slang, legal records, and satire. But one thing's clear: fuck is old. Much older than you probably think. Let's bust the myths. You've probably heard that fuck is an acronym: fornication under consent of the king, or for unlawful carnal knowledge. Sounds juicy, right? But these are completely made up. Acronyms were not a thing in English before the 20th century. Real etymology is messier and more fascinating. Linguists trace fuck to a family of Germanic words with roots in physical action. In German, we have ficken to copulate. In Dutch, foken to breed or strike.
Ouch!
And Old English had the word foken, meaning to thrust. Over centuries, these words evolved. By the 15th century, variations of fuck were showing up in English legal records, often disguised in euphemism. One early example is a 1475 poem that uses the word fvcant, a Latinized version of fucking. In the early modern period, fuck was underground but alive. It didn't appear in print often, because printers and publishers could be jailed or fined for obscenity. But it popped up in coded form, in poetry, satire, and later in court records involving sex work. It was crude, yes, but also real, raw, and human. By the 18th and 19th centuries, fuck was well known, but remained taboo. Even dictionaries avoided it. Dr. Johnson's famous 1755 dictionary skipped right over it. But street slang and underground literature kept it alive. In the 20th century, all that started to change. In the 1960s and 70s, censorship laws began to loosen, and fuck entered mainstream literature, music, and film. Court cases like Roth versus United States challenged what counted as obscenity. And soon, artists and comedians like Lenny Bruce and George Carlin used fuck as a weapon for free speech. Suddenly, the F word was no longer just vulgar, it was political.
Fuck you too, Lenny.
Today, fuck is everywhere. It's an adjective, a noun, a verb, a protest, an exclamation. It's still censored in many places: television, radio, even social media. But that tension only makes it more powerful. It can express rage, joy, fear, or sarcasm. Linguists call it a highly emotionally charged intensifier. And it's not going anywhere. So, what's in a word? In the case of fuck, centuries of history, rebellion, censorship, and creativity. It may offend, it may empower, but most of all, it endures. If you enjoyed this dive into linguistic history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And hey, let's keep the conversation civil in the comments.